In the heart of Antarctica, beneath a ballet of auroras that painted the 6-month-long night sky with surreal hues, Clara Mason lay in her tent, cocooned in the relative warmth of her sleeping bag against the biting cold outside. The day's excavation had been long and arduous, typical of the weeks spent on this icy continent. Yet the extraordinary spectacle of light above promised something more, an unspoken mystery that lingered in the air, as palpable as the chill that seeped into every crevice of the camp. The silence of the Antarctic night was a vast canvas on which the sounds of nature drew subtle, whispering strokes. The crackling of the ice, the distant call of a snow petrel, the soft howling of the wind, all conspired to weave an almost hypnotic lullaby for the weary archaeologist. As Clara drifted into sleep, the boundaries between the physical world and the realms of imagination began to blur, ushering her into a dreamscape that was as vivid as it was enigmatic. In her dream, Clara stood alone on a vast plain of ice, the auroras above now mirrored by a network of luminescent veins that ran beneath her feet, creating a mirror image of the sky's vibrant dance. The beauty of it was overwhelming, yet it was the silence that enveloped her, a silence so profound it seemed to echo through dimensions, calling to something deep within her soul. It was then that they appeared, beings of light and shadow, their forms elusive, ever-changing, as if made of the very essence of the aurora itself. They were neither wholly alien nor entirely familiar, existing somewhere in the space between, in a form that Clara's mind could grasp only as a feeling, an instinctual recognition of a shared connection that transcended the barriers of language and form. These beings spoke not with words, but with a symphony of thoughts and visions, a communication so direct and all-encompassing that Clara found herself understanding their message with a clarity that eluded her waking mind. They showed her a map, not of ink and paper, but of stars and light, a cosmic guide etched into the very fabric of the dream. This map was a gift, a key to a secret that had lain buried beneath the ice for millennia, waiting for the moment when the stars would align and the right soul would come to unveil its truths. The beings impressed upon Clara the importance of this discovery, not just for her, but for the world. It was a discovery that held the power to shift the understanding of humanity's place in the cosmos. But with this knowledge came a warning. The secret was not for all eyes. There were those who would seek to use it for purposes far removed from the quest for understanding that drove Clara. Sharing this discovery indiscriminately could lead to consequences beyond her imagining, the beings cautioned, their forms pulsating with an urgency that bordered on desperation. As the dream progressed, Clara was shown the location where this ancient artifact lay hidden. The vision was so precise, so vivid, that she knew she could find it with her eyes closed, guided by the map that was now a part of her, inscribed in her mind with an indelible clarity. When Clara awoke, the first light of dawn in 6 months of dark winter was just beginning to touch the horizon. The auroras of the long nights before slightly faded into the faint light of the upcoming summer days. Yet the feeling of the dream lingered, a tangible presence in the small confines of her tent. She emerged into the cold morning air, the world around her untouched and serene. But within her, a storm of thoughts and emotions raged. The dream had been unlike anything she had ever experienced. It was more than the mere workings of her subconscious. Of that, she was certain. The beings, the map, the artifact, every detail was etched in her memory with a clarity that defied explanation. And with this memory came a conviction that she could not ignore, a sense of purpose that filled her with both exhilaration and apprehension. Clara knew what she had to do. The site shown to her in the dream was not far, a mere day's journey on foot from the camp. She would have to go alone, for the warning of the beings was clear in her mind. This was her quest, her burden to bear, and her discovery to make. As she prepared for the journey, Clara felt a multitude of emotions swirling within her: fear, excitement, wonder, and a deep, unshakable resolve. She understood the risks, both physical and existential, that lay ahead. Yet she also knew that this was a path she was meant to walk, a destiny written in the stars and sealed in the dream that had bridged worlds beneath the auroras of Antarctica. With each step away from the camp, Clara felt as though she was walking into the unknown, stepping beyond the boundaries of her own world and into a realm where history, time, and space converged. The landscape around her, once familiar, now held a sense of mystery, as if it was concealing secrets that only she could uncover. And so Clara Mason set forth on a journey that would take her beyond the limits of her understanding, toward a discovery that promised to redefine not just her own life, but the very fabric of human knowledge. Under the watchful gaze of the skies, where the auroras had danced and the stars had guided her, Clara embarked on a quest that was as ancient as it was new. A journey of discovery, danger, and destiny, where the echoes of the past met the whispers of the future. In the frozen heart of Antarctica, under a sky filled with auroras, Clara Mason followed a map not just to an artifact, but to a truth that would challenge everything she thought she knew. And in this quest, she would find not just the echoes of ancient civilizations, but the voice of the cosmos itself speaking across the ages, calling her to her destiny.